Bless you.
Thank you. Kris, what were your expectations kind of when this season started? Like, even when with the G League, not when you got here, but did you anticipate, like, I'm going to get back to an NBA team?
Yeah, for sure. That was one of my goals. But like I said before, I didn't go in there stressing about, am I going to get back this year? I just knew if I put the right, amount of work in, keep the faith, in my abilities, and just play the right way, and more importantly, have fun with it down in the G League. And we had a great group, great coaching staff, organization, and I think everything just gelled well for me. And in due time, it's just all paying out for me.
Obviously, getting an opportunity to come here and show where you improved is a big part of it, but what do you feel like has made the fit here so good for you?
I think just the personnel, a lot of shooters on the floor, so the floor is always space. I think Coach, he does an unbelievable job getting guys in position to benefit. And for myself, being in his system allowed me to kind of grow as a player, allowed me to see the game a little bit differently. And then just trusting, my abilities when I'm on the court, just having the confidence and just keep putting the work in.
What do you have planned for this offseason now?
Just double down on everything I did, this previous summer. I think my summer this year, the word is consistency. I love what I did this past summer. I love the work that I put in and, be able to take care of my body and just double down on it.
Does being attached with Jazz change how you prepare?
Nope. I think it actually helps me because I kind of understand, the system, the players, how a coach like to coach, and kind of the direction that the organization is going towards. So I think it just helps me prepare even more.
How much does being part of a team with a lot of younger guys influence like your own growth and development during the course of the season?
I've been on a lot of young teams in the course of my career. Minnesota was a young team. Chicago was a young team. So I kind of, been in that position, and it helps me, tremendously. I get to, help some of the younger guys, but I always tell people, like, the younger guys can help you in the sense of they might see something differently on the court. For instance, like a player like Ochai. I love how he's been playing recently, and I like to ask him questions, in the sense of what he sees. And he's very vocal when he's on the court, and he's not scared to be able to speak up. So I like that about him. Just to see, different guys' type of leaderships, personalities, all those things helps, one another. And, I'm a guy, I like to pick each and everybody's brain, no matter if they're first year or if they're in year 15. So I think being on a young team can help you in certain ways, and then you also have to be patient. You have to understand that the young guys, they're developing, and just try to be the best help that you could be.
What questions are you asking me, Ochai?
Just basically what you see on the floor. He's a really good shooter. His footwork and get into his shot. His mechanics of his shot, and then when he's just out there, I might see something differently in the sense of spacing. I kind of look at the spacing almost like a running back. I played football a lot when I was growing up, and I was a running back, and I was a free safety and a defensive back. So I kind of look at it like, I read the gaps like a running back in a sense. I read it like holes. So how do you read it? And I think he has a fascinating way of looking at it, and so do everybody else.
What's different about you, as a person and a player, this year compared to, earlier in your career?
The maturity of, on and off the court, coming in. There was a lot thrown at me, and even off the court. And, over the course of the year, it was a lot to deal with. Over the past 2 years, I kind of like broke down the walls to understand, what's my foundation, the people I can trust, people I can lean on. And then as a player, I put a lot of work in with my body, with my game, and then I'm a film head. Like, I love to watch film. I love to watch the other players. I still watch players in the G League. I like to see how other players do what they do and how they become the best players that they become. So I think putting all those together within those 7 years, it allowed me to be comfortable on the floor. It allowed me to be who I am.
You saw Lowry in Chicago. Where have you seen his game grow now that you've seen him here in Utah?
Same thing, like the maturity part, the leadership. He always had this skill in Chicago. The things he's doing now, like I said, I'm not surprised. One thing I definitely do see the improvement on is just his attack downhill, being able to get into more of guys' bodies. And that comes with time, and, he took the time and be able to, put that in his game. And, I think as the years go on and he get even more respect in this league, he's going to get a lot more free throws due to that. And then I think what's so special about that is that he could put the ball on the floor, he can knock it down. So if you can knock it down, once you hit 2, 3 threes, now the floor is at your mercy. The floor is going to be space, and he's super athletic. So pick your poison. Either he's going to get the foul, or he might bang it on your head. So it's up to you.
Have you allowed yourself to think about what it could be like to have like some continuity in your career? Like to be on a team for multiple years and not worrying about your spot?
Yeah, definitely. It would be a good thing for me and my family. We dealt with a lot, through my journey. But I'm kind of comfortable with it now. So it doesn't, whatever's thrown at me, as we roll with the punches now, and we know how to adapt. And I think that's the beauty of my journey. No matter what, I could adapt to any situation. I think that's why I'm always so calm when, the storm comes, because I've been through so much. So, yeah, let's see what it got for me next year.
In that sense, do you have any idea what your future holds here?
No, haven't really discussed it with the front office and, with coach, but I don't really worry about it. I do what I do, put the work in, keep watching my film, keep learning, and good things will happen.
Just looking at the stats, you're a different offensive player than you were 2 or 3 years ago. Obviously the shot is going in, but also the finishing around the rim and kind of figuring out how to attack in those spaces. What is it for you that you think has changed, especially inside the arc, that has made you better player?
Yeah, I had moments throughout my careers where I had really good games. I think even Coach said it, there was some inconsistency, and I think to build that consistency was able, watch the film and see where I could get better at, learn the game. And I think I haven't learned everything, but I learned the game to where I know where my spots is. I'm not going out there and I'm just playing random basketball. I know when to get to my spots, how to get to my spots, and it's on me to knock it down. I feel like no one can deter me from getting there. So no matter what, just be confident when I get to my spot and be able to do what I do best.
If you are able to look ahead with this team at all, obviously, this has been a year of turnover. There's probably looking forward to more turnover this offseason, just given the roster construction. Where do you feel like kind of the bright spots are on this team to build on, and where do you feel like there's maybe room to shore things up?
I don't know about shoring things up. That's not in my game, but I know this is a great group. There's a lot of talent on this team. I think a guy that everybody's excited for is Walker. This is his first year. He was tremendous this year. I've only been here for 20 games, and I can see what everybody else see, the potential that he has. Ojai, same thing. Then you have Lowry. Then there's so many other guys. I could go on and on. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. It just happened that everybody came together a little late, so we wasn't able to build that chemistry as much as we can. But everybody has the right personality. Everybody works hard. Everybody's off the court. We like each other. So I think when you mesh those kind of things, and with the coach that we have and the front office that we have, eventually good things will happen. And whatever moves they make, I know is for the betterment of the team.
What's Walker's personality like?
Almost like The Office, It's just like, It's just like the guy is sarcastic, super chill, laid back. He doesn't get rattled, but he's just Walker. Walker's just walking around, just doing him. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks of him. and that's one thing I could respect. Like he's just being him, and you know I like that about him, and I could rock with a guy like that.
Is it rare to see that in a rookie?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think what makes him who he is he know who he is as a person. So he's not going out here fronting to nobody, and then he could back it up with his game. Like he know he can hoop. So I think, and he has like, you know, I'm kind of like, I got like a swag about me with my confidence. He's like, I don't know, he just do like random little, like, you know what I mean? He just do like random little things, and it's like, it's funny, but low key, he's letting you know, like, I can hoop, you know? You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. I like it.
How comfortable are you as a veteran leader? You talked about how much player movement you've had personally, and maybe you haven't had a chance to maybe get comfortable in that role. How comfortable are you now?
Definitely comfortable. You know, I don't want to. People call me a vet because, you know, I'm in year 7, but am I really? You know, I tell people I've been on bed rest for a while. You know, if you look at my draft class compared to games and minutes, I'm probably about a couple seasons behind. So, you know, people say, you know, I'm 29, but I feel like I'm 27, and this year was catch up. So I would say vet in a sense of my journey, but on the court, I'm still learning just like these guys, you know, and that's why I'm willing to soak up any game and knowledge that I could get from anybody. But I just try to explain to the guys, you know, the rookies, the guys I was with in the G League, you know, just to give them a little bit about my journey in the sense of being a top 5 pick. It didn't go well my first year. Then right away I get traded to, you know, Chicago, which was a big market, you know, with another young team. And we had losing record. We getting booed off the court, deal with a lot of injuries, then going to another place, a land that they do wonderful things. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I was on bed rest for the whole year. Then get traded to Boston, then get traded to Memphis, then had a really good training camp, got sick, got waived, you know what I mean? Then go to the G League, go to Portland, wasn't fully healthy, played 20 games in Portland, go to the G League after that. Like, my journey's been up and down, up and down. And I just, you know, try to explain to guys, like, through the journey, you know, you got to understand who you can trust, who you can believe in. You got to keep the faith, keep putting the work in. And, you know, you got to understand, you know, what this business is about. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't just look at it as, like, basketball. You know, have fun on the court. That's basketball. But when you step off the court, understand it's a business.
Do you feel like your younger teammates here at the Jazz and other, maybe those in the G League this year, do you feel like they trust you as a leader?
Yeah. You know, I think they do in the sense of they know I'm coming from a good place. You know, off the court, they know they could come to me and just, you know, ask me questions, and I ask them questions. I think they like that I'm humble within my words. You know, I don't try to downplay anybody. I try to help people. You know, through my journey, I didn't get a lot of help. I wasn't around a lot of veterans due to, you know, I was on a young team, almost like, you know, how Houston is. You know, they have a lot of young guys, and, you know, when you got a lot of young guys, you know, everybody's trying to showcase. You don't got too many people trying to, you know, show you the way, the right way. And I think because of the league is getting younger, you know, the draft is every year. I think we need guys like Udonis Haslem, you know, on each team. You know, you need a veteran. You need a guy who's been through it and be able to guide these players, not just on the court, but off the court.
I don't know what the trigger dates or guarantee dates are for your contract, but do you feel like coming into training camp you're going to be fighting for a spot?
I don't like to use it like that. We're not going to war, you know what I mean? But I just go out there and do what I do. And like I said, I'm very excited for this summer. So, you know, coming into training camp, I'll be ready. So.